Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the dashboard of this analysis. So, we forgot to add something to our analysis, and that is the day name. So, we're quickly going to go back to Power Query to do that. So, click on Query and click on Edit, and it takes you back to the Power Query editor. So, let's wait while it's loading. Okay, so we're going to extract our day name from the appointment day slash time. So click on this, go to add column, the date drop down. I'll go to day. I will want to pick name of day. So we have that right here, name of day. But we don't want to use Sunday. We want to just use an abbreviation, just the three first letters, first characters of all the day names. So let's do this. Click on this, go to transform. We don't want another column. We just want to extract it from this place. So on transform, extract, and we want to extract first characters. And how many first characters? We want three. And we'll click on OK. So we have that abbreviated. So our data type is correct text. So go back to home, close and load. So let's quickly refresh. Okay, so let's bring in our pivot table. We'll start with our KPI first. Click on the data point, click right here, go to insert and click on pivot table. Always don't forget to check add these to data model and click on OK. So we have it here. Let me put on my show tab. Okay, so our KPI, we want to check the number of patients, number of doctor, average age, and also the average medical cost. So I'll drag patient ID to values, and I don't want sum, so I will change from sum value field setting, and I want the extent count. So we have 48. Next, average age. Take age to value. We don't want sum of age, we want the average age. Click on average and OK. And we have this. Now we don't want 39.1, we just want 39. So we're going to go to number format. On number format, we'll choose number and remove the decimal to 0 and click on OK. So we have it there, 39. So next, we want to count the number of doctors. How many doctors are working in the hospital? How many doctors are attending to patients? So we have count of doctor. We want to do distinct count. So value field setting, and we go down to distinct count and OK. So we have 4 doctors attending to 48 patients. Okay. Next, we want to get the average medical cost. So take this to values also. Value field setting, and we want the average medical cost. So we'll pick average and click on OK. So let's convert this to currency. So currency, I will change this to, let's just leave it at one decimal and OK. So we have this. So we rename this as KPI. Let's add a tab color to it. Okay. Now on to the next. Our first analysis, we want to check the gender count. So let's call in a new pivot table. Click on data, data points, insert pivot table. Check add this to data model. So gender count, we take gender to rows. We'll take ID, but we don't want sum, we want the distinct count of ID. Value field setting. Okay, so we have 25 female and 23 male in total. So we want to add a stack bar chart. So just click on this, click on your pivot chart, click on bar, and we want this. So okay. Okay, so we have this here. So next, click on this, go to design and switch row to column. So next, we don't want the grid line, we don't want the axis. I click on this and say hide all fields button on chart. So we have this here. So we're going to rename this as gender count. Top color, big yellow. Okay, let's move on to the next. Our next analysis, so we want to check the blood pressure. So data, click on a data point, insert pivot table. Don't forget to add these to data model. Okay, for this, we take blood pressure to row. I will take patient ID to values. We don't want the sum, we want the distinct count. Click on value field setting, go down to distinct count and click OK. Okay, so that's what we have. Sorry, let's use. Okay, so click on this. Let's use the sum. Pick up the kind of charts we want to bring in. Pivot charts. I want to use a line chart. So click OK. And delete this, hide it. So we have this. So we're going to save this as. So click on data again. Insert, pivot table, check add these to data model. Next, we want to check by referral. So let us rename this to referral. Add tab color. Okay, so now we'll drag referral to row, referral source to row. I'll come up here, patient ID to values, value field setting, distance counts. Okay. So this is what we have here in our analysis. So for this, we want to use a clustered column chart. So click on this pivot table, and we're using this. So next, let's sort from largest to smallest. Okay, we have it this way. on the plus sign. We don't need the chart title. We don't need grid lines. We don't need legend. The axis, we just want this. Okay, next, right click on this and hide or fill button on charts. So let's add data labels to this. Data labels. Okay. So next, we want to check patient status by age. So insert pivot table, add this to data model, and okay. So we are going to take current status. We'll take current status. Let's take it to the column. Next, we're going to take age range to row. Okay. Next, we'll take the count of patient ID to values. On some, we want to do distinct count. So click on distinct count and okay. So here we go. So for this, we want to bring in a stack bar chart. So click on pivot charts, bar charts. I'm going to bring this in. So okay, let's sort from largest to smallest. Let's see from smallest to largest. Okay, so let's clean our charts and check the primary horizontal. We don't need grid lines, we need the legend, we need data labels. Right click on this and hide or field button and charts. We want to also remove outline from here. No outline. Okay, so we got our charts like this. And we're naming this as patients. So we'll click on this. Let's add a tab color to it. Okay, on to the next. Next, we want to check COVID test by gender. We want to see within male and female which person has more positive results and who have more negative results between both of them. So insert pivot table. Don't forget to do what? Add this to data model and okay. So for this, we're going to take gender to row. Gender to row. Next, we take COVID test to column. COVID test result, yes, to column. Patient ID to values. So value field setting. And we want to use distinct count. And we have it this way. So as we can see, we have 25 female and 23 male. 14 of the females are positive and 11 of the males are negative. Females are negative. While for the female, 11 are negative and 12 are positive. Okay, so let's add a chart to this. We're going to use a clustered column chart for this also. So click on this pivot chart analyze and we want to use this clustered column chart. So let's clean our charts. don't need the grid lines. We don't need the primary vertical axis. And we also don't need this line here. So outline. Click on this and say hide all fields button on charts. So we have this. And we're naming this as patient COVID test by gender. So let us write COVID test. So let's move on to okay, next we want to check for overall satisfaction. So let's bring in a new pivot table. Insert pivot table, add this to data model and okay. So for this, we'll take overall satisfaction to row. I will take distinct count of patient ID to value, value field setting, and we'll change this to distinct count and okay. Okay, so we'd like to get the percentage, so let's drag this one more time to value so we can get the percentage. Distinct count, okay. So click on this, right click and show value as percentage of column total. So number format, we don't want any decimal, we write this to 0 and okay. Okay, this is what we have here. So next, we want to create a half donut chart. So let's extract this. So we are going to extract equals to A4 drop down and this equals to C4. We want to extract the percentage. Drag this down. Okay, so we're going to have half. Let's just name this as half. And we're going to do equals to the sum of these two. So we have 100% here. So we're going to use this to get our chart. So click on this, insert, and we're going to get this. Next, I click on this and go down to format data series. So we want to the angle of explosion. Let's see 260 first. Let's just do that manually. Or 267. Okay, I want this to be 45. Okay, so now let's clean our charts. We don't want this, we don't want this. Double click on this other part, right click, fill, and fill to white. Then let's add data labels. And we can see it's a bit bent, so let's adjust this again. Format data series, and let's just do this. Let's see. Okay, feel is better now. So we'll rename this as overall sats. Right click and let's add a color. So next we want to check medical condition by age. We want to see the average age of patient that has a particular medical condition. So let's call in a pivot table. For this, we take medical condition to row, medical condition to row. Next, we're going to take age to value and get the average of the age. So let's go to our age to value. We don't want the sum, value field setting, average, and okay. So let's format this. We don't want any decimal points. Or we can use, let's use one decimal point. So this is number one. Okay. So let's add visual to this. But before we do that, let's get the marks of this. We're going to get the marks so we can use a spiral chart. So let's do this. Ctrl C, copy from here, Ctrl V, paste. So equals to A14 equals to B14. So let's get the max equals to max. Use your tab to call it in. Select this. Close your bracket times 1.25. And we have this. So equals to this minus this. So let's put on our formula bar and do absolute referencing on this F12. So dollar sign in front and at the back. So next, let's drag this down. And we have this. So we're going to select this, excluding this. Go to insert. And we want to get this charts. Next, we're going to come up here and switch row to color. After doing that, right click on this chart and right click and say format data series. We're changing the donut explosion to 45, and we have this our spiral chart. So let's off the chart title and the legend. We have that. So we rename this to medical condition. Okay, so let's check by day name. Let's know how the inflow of patients daily from the 48 patients. Let's see how they are shared into this. So let's add a tab color to this first. So go back to data, insert pivot table, add this to data model, and okay. So for this, we're going to take day name, yeah. Next, patient ID, values. I click on this value field setting, uh, distance count, and okay. Okay. So for this, let's use a column chart. Let's use this. So okay. So let's sort this. Largest to smallest. Let's clean our charts. alphabetical, chart title, we don't need grid lines, we don't need legend, click here and hide of fields 14. I click here and no outline. So this is the name. Okay, next we want to check by specialty. So let's call in a new pivot table. Add this to data model and okay. So take specialty to row, patient ID to values. We don't need the sum, we want distinct count. Okay, let's sort. Okay, next we're going to use a bar chart. So bar, okay, and it came, so we have to sort from smallest to largest. It works like that at times. Okay, so let's clean our chart. Chart title, need lines, then need legend. Want on our data labels. I click on this and say hide all fields button on chart. So let's really add color to all this. So let's do that. And this is specialty. So the last but not the least, let's get smoking. Let's know how many of our patients are smokers and how many are non-smokers. So to achieve that, we take smoking to row and we take patient ID to values. Change this to distinct count. Okay. So next, we want to get our percentage of this. So we are still going to take this again and change from sum also to distinct count again. And we have it as so. So I click on this and say show value as percentage of column total. We don't need the decimal, so number format is percentage, or want this to be 0 and okay. So we have it as so. So we're just going to bring out to the notes chart. So by the notes, okay, let's do something. Let's call this out. We'll extract it and bring in our chart. So equals to A4 equals to C4. We'll bring out corner by again. We don't need chat title, we don't need legend. Also for this, we don't need this. We don't need this. Yes, 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 yes. And we're good to go. So we're going to name this as smoking. And that's all for this part of our analysis. We're going to go right in and start taking our visuals to our dashboard. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and please share.